thousands of Zulu warriors are directly defying orders of their king, marching on a British position at Rorke's Drift, an important crossing in the war into British territory. The king smartly wants a defensive war, but after a swift victory in their last battle, Zulu generals decide it's time to go on the attack. The king is furious, but the British position will be attacked one way or another at this point. 150 British soldiers currently stay at Rorke's Drift. The rest of their troops wiped out in the previous battle. A small way station in the war, and yet one of the most ferocious battlegrounds of all time will take place here. Now let's set up our British troops. Alright, let's get into this thing. Welcome back to Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Born in the Fire America mod. Today, of course, as the intro states and the title of the video, we're doing Rorke's Drift. So we have to distribute our 150 British soldiers across the small compound that we have here. Now, the Zulus are going to be coming mainly from the west to the east. So a nice little semicircle of pain here. However, at the north, there's a hilltop where a few riflemen are going to be coming from. Now, calling them riflemen is honestly being generous because they have antique muskets at this era, and on top of that, they're not super well trained on them, so I don't think they'll be too effective on the battlefield, but still, a gun is a gun, so we're gonna have to watch out for them. We do have a couple of sharpshooters ourselves that are going to pack a meaty punch, hopefully, as well as a few riflemen with Colt revolvers, so those guys are going to have our best fire rate of the battle, so having them probably frontlining is a good idea. And the rest of our troops are standard riflemen here who will do some good rounding fire, but overall, we do need to use our specialized units to try and withstand the Zulus, because the Zulus are going to be like 90% melee, but they also do have spearmen who can throw spears at us and have some ranged weaponry in that regard as well. So it can be rather devastating what they're going to be doing to us. We got to be prepared for pretty much everything. Let's go ahead and get some more troops off to that west side over there. We can throw a couple of snipers on the front lines too. Just makes them a little bit more accurate if they're closer up to the enemy, but still I want the vast majority to be in the back lines here, which is where we've got them. There's also a few grenadiers for our troopers out here, but not that many to actually rely on for close quarters grenading. We're going to mainly want to keep the enemy at bay. And of course, we've got a few lads with the British flag here. So we'll go ahead and deploy them as a good morale boost. Do not let the flag drop, my friends. Okay, Rorke's Drift is about as defended as we could get. I'll let these guys get into position, and then we'll see if we can survive. We're gonna have to turn the view distance way down for this battle because of the thousands of units. And now let's see if we can't defend Rorke's Drift. Pressing start right now. The first wave of Zulus here should be pretty much all melee units of Zulu troopers. However, as we slowly get farther and farther back, more and more javelin units will come into play, and those guys can throw their javelins at us and get kills. Ooh, we have a bit of a charge going on over here. Guys, this is, that's not good. Hold on. Alright, we're kind of killing them, but I'm gonna send in some troopers to try and stop them. Boys, everyone's reloading, so they won't do anything. They need to finish their reload process, or we are getting stabbed. Oh, God. Turn. Oh, and these guys here are getting thwacked. Oh, that man took one to the noggin. That's not good. Fellas. Oh, officers. Yes, you guys have the fastest reload. You guys need to be the ones targeting these guys. Quick. Okay, this is definitely one of the follies of our British army here, is the fact that our reload process is so long. This is something we're gonna have to watch out for as more and more of these guys come in. Stop hitting us with your clubs, please. This is not good. Okay, our guys are actually moving now. They've reloaded, and now they're firing as well. Okay, all right, a little bit of chaos and dissent within our ranks, but that's fine. Everyone get back to your positions now. How many losses did we take over here? Just one! That's actually not bad. Holy cow. Oh, took a couple losses over here, too. It looks like a few Zulus managed to drive their way through, but then others are just kind of out there, I think, trying to take cover. There's not a ton of cover for them to have out here, but it seems like they are very nervous now after the initial volleys. And yeah, more of these warriors are just kind of trying to hold back at this point after we kind of crushed them. Others, though, charging in from the back lines. It seems like they've lost a little bit of pep in their step from that initial wipeout that we just did. Let's actually check out some of these losses that they've taken. Red are dead Zulu Warriors. Yellow are dead British soldiers. We've lost a total of 3 of our 150 units here so far. Beautiful. Now, melee in Born in the Fire America mod is, of course, very, very derpy. So it might be a little bit tough. I tried to program the AI to charge, but it seems like they are really refusing to do so. What are you doing, my friend? Oh, God. Did I order him out here by accident? Maybe that was during the last charge. I somehow got him out there. Of course, now they're choosing to fire at him. Oh, God. Come on, come on, come on. No! He won't shoot him. Please. Please, please, please. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Okay. All right, we killed him. Run away. Run away. Oh, good cover fire, boys. Good cover fire. All right. I did not mean for that to happen. Wowza. All right. Yeah, a lot of the melee units right now are just kind of hiding because they don't want to charge forward. It's a pretty common thing. It's the suppression mechanic in the game preventing them from coming forward. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, well, basically pause the game. And when I pause it, I'm going to go ahead and order these squads to actually directly charge so we have the Zulus coming forward. So I'll go ahead and do that real quick. We'll pause the game and get that done so the battle will actually continue. Okay, more of the Zulus should be coming forward now. Just have to fudge the battle a little bit since melee units really don't work in this game, which is super frustrating. I wish they did, but they just do not. Okay, guys, you know, so maybe let's fire at the boys that are directly charging us here. We've actually taken a couple more losses over this way. I'm wondering if they're starting to get some spears off in the air, which is entirely possible. We've taken a few more losses over here. Over here, we're still doing okay, but there's a lot of enemies coming forward that way for us, so we're going to have to keep careful on their approach. Uh-oh. Okay, right side, boys. Right side. Hold steady. Hold steady. There you go, there you go, there you go. Get those shots off. Disrupt their charge. We can still cause suppression even though we tried charging them in to prevent the suppression, so we can still kind of stun lock them. This guy is going for the melee, isn't he? He is. Why, buddy? Just run away. When I order you to attack, I don't mean go melee these guys. They will destroy you in a melee fight. I mean shoot them. I mean to have them shot. Okay? Yeah, that guy's dead. Rip the dream for him. We've got grenadiers throwing their grenades now into the Zulu lines. That will definitely do something over here. They throw it away, actually. Come on. All right, not too bad, but it does take out a few of our own troopers right there as well. Yikes. Oh, and there's the spearmen throwing their javelins. These fellas right here. So that is going to be a little bit devastating, and we actually have a very large lurch forward over this way. Now, we can retreat into the buildings if we need to. I just don't think we should right now, because it might lock us more into more melee combat. And in fact, I did not order all of these guys forward, so they are finally kind of coming forward on their own, much to our chagrin. Where are the riflemen? Okay, the riflemen are back there firing in at us, but they're not really getting any kills over here, so that's good. Might go ahead and shift these guys forward and ignore the riflemen for now. Let's leave just like a few soldiers back here so that their riflemen will continue to target these guys behind the sandbags here, but simultaneously we don't have to worry about them because they're gonna just miss all those shots since they have such old muskets compared to ours. All right, grenadiers throwing their stuff. There's a lot of javelins coming in now, and while they're super inaccurate, much like the old muskets, they will kill us. Actually, you can see all of the different ones that have missed here. Oh, very nice grenade into the Zulus right there. Beautiful. It is getting laggy as they charge in. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. This is going to be rough. There's really not much I can do. I mean, I guess I could try to take a grenade here and help out that way, but beyond that, there's not a ton I can do. This guy is going to continuously reload until we can use the grenade after he reloads, which is really frustrating. I hate that mechanic in this game, but it is what it is. There we go. He finishes reload, so now we can swap over to the grenade. I'm actually going to cook this one a little bit to make sure it's good. Okay, never mind. They're just charging us. Throw the grenade. Throw the grenade. Oh, that's so many Zulus. It is generating a lot of lag. We're just going to grenade until we die here. We're just going to grenade until we die. That's so many Zulu Warriors coming forward. Holy cow. Just throw grenades. Just throw grenades. Just throw grenades. Okay. We fired our weapon and got a shot in by accident, killing someone. Okay, good. First grenade right there. We're throwing more. They're coming up here. I can hear the stabbing, but the amount of lag makes it very hard to see the stabbing happening. Switch to your grenade. He's reloading now, so he's going to be stuck on that for a little bit. All right, they're throwing the grenade around there, but at the very least, it lands over here where there's more of the enemy, but it also blows up some of our British soldiers. All right, Redcoats are having a tough time over here. The other side of the battlefield's doing all right, but these guys are actually crawling forward now. I'm going to leave these guys to defend over here and leave the other guys in the back there, because I feel like if we reinforce this area too much, then the other areas will start to suffer because of it. So we need to make sure that we don't counterbalance too much on this battlefield. All right, this guy's going for grenades. Perfect timing for us. Let's go ahead and yeet one out there. I don't think I can cook these early grenades, actually. I think you just have to yeet them out there. They're too primitive for us to do that, which sucks. But oh well, if we throw them far enough, it'll cook in midair, which is great. All right, yeet that one out that way. Go! I'm sorry about the lag, boys, but it is inevitable in this game. Oh my goodness, there's so many Zulus on this map, dude. This is absurd. This is the goofiest battle I think I have done in Men of War Assault Squad 2 ever. just the melee just does not work, and yet simultaneously it is working now so well for them. And we are getting flooded. Yikes. Okay, of course, you know, in the actual Rorke's Drift battle, we end up seeing the British retreat into the house over here. This is actually a field hospital over this way, and it ends up getting lit on fire, and a number of soldiers wounded, actually burned to death inside of this house. But then the troopers that retreated back to this house over here were able to use the burning house's light to fire into the Zulus throughout the night. Of course, we don't have a day and night cycle in Men of War Assault Squad 2, so that will not be happening in this battle, but that's all right. Okay, might actually go ahead and pull you guys back this way. I think I might actually start a little retreat here. I think we're going to start retreating soldiers backwards into our next line of defense over this way, and once they're reloaded, they should move. Okay, we're actually getting shot over here by some riflemen. Is that them, or... No, I see some spearmen over here. No, I think the riflemen are all still back this way, firing at us. But again, they really didn't end up doing too much. Okay, more melee units running on in. The boys over here have certainly suffered some losses as well, but it's not nearly as bad as our boys over here, who are getting full charged by the enemy. Okay, we're retreating back to our next line here, which is great. Love to see that. Now just take aim and fire at these guys. Luckily, a lot of them are kind of hiding behind cover over here now. A lot of spears also coming in, so they might be trying to kind of soften us up. All right, these are the sharpshooters. I need a grenadier here. Yes, this guy's got 34 kills, I think, because purely his grenade warfare. We only have one grenade left, though, so let's see how many more kills we can get with this bad boy. We're going in. All right, no, run. There's too many bodies. We keep tripping over them. Go, go, go. Juke them, and let's throw. Come on, yeet that thing. Yes, good. Now run away, my friend. Go, go, go. He's got 34 kills, and he dies by spear right there, but hopefully he can get a few additional kills here, and it looks like they're not going to throw that away. So, yep. All right, very nice. We won't know how many kills that was, but hopefully it was a good amount. All right, buddy, I'm having you drop your flag, okay? I'm having you drop your flag and take out your pistol. Okay, I think the other flag bearers have already done so. It was just that guy holding out, but we need every gunner that we can possibly get on this battlefield here firing away. Oh, jeez. Okay, they're coming from that left side over there now. Do we try retreating troops back to the barn now? I mean, if we do, we're just going to be trapped in there. See, in actual Rorke's Drift, it worked because they got cover and they, you know, could fire from out of there and barricade the doors and things like that. If we do that in Men of War Assault Squad 2, they're actually going to have the advantage because we are no longer putting distance between us and them. Instead, we're trapping our guys in a house with limited portals for us to fire through, and the AI is just not smart enough to fire through those and take turns doing that kind of fire. So I just don't think it would work. Look at the number of spears in the ground over here. Absolutely crazy. I think we're cooked, honestly, right now. But we're still trying, baby. Alright, more grenades going off over here, which means we do have a grenadier still alive. It's not this guy. That's a cavalryman. Nope. Everyone I keep selecting is either a sniper or cavalryman. I don't see any additional grenadiers right now, so that's not very helpful. They're just flooding in. Oh, boy. Okay. Retreat into the barn. Let's go. Go, boys. This is our last hope. We're gonna have to try and make it happen, okay? Go. Just get in there. I don't know. Maybe it will work. This is a Hail Mary here. I don't think it will. I know Men of War, and I know the glitches, and I know going into a tight space like this with muskets, probably not gonna work against melee units. However, we're gonna give it the old college try here, okay? We're running on in. See, they're just chasing behind us. I don't think this will work. Man, and then when they're inside, they're just gonna derp. It actually works better if you lay down troopers because then they tend to fire more. God, okay, the exterior here is pretty much cooked. Run, boys. Run for it. Go. Ah! We're trying. We're trying, but we're getting clobbered, dude. Yikes. Oh, yeah, our boys are getting stabbed and javelined and all that. I think the British only took like 17 losses or something like that. Something crazy during the battle, but obviously we lost all 150 of our men almost. There's just a couple remaining troops here, and I don't think they'll last too long during this thing. What I do want to do, though, is run this again and not help the Zulus by forcing them to come forward into a charge and just see what happens with that, if they would have come forward themselves or not. But knowing the AI being super derpy, I mean, there's a reason on this channel we notoriously have the anti-derp rule where we force people forward because they're derping. So I don't think they'll come forward, but I still just want to see because I am very curious. I think it would be interesting to take a peek at, you know? Either way, more and more of these Zulu Warriors are coming into the house here. The last of our British soldiers are just kind of derping. They're also not attacking us, which is quite bizarre. I don't know what's happening, dude. I have absolutely no idea. I think they're getting meleeed to death. We still have troopers. Here. Everyone consolidate over here. Consolidate on the back wall. They're slowly dying. I think they're dead. There's 5 of them. Yellow are dead British soldiers. Red are dead Zulu Warriors. Wow. I mean, they got a lot of kills. I mean, there were literally thousands of Zulus coming forward, which is absolutely insane. And they probably killed maybe 1,000 of them? I don't know. Obviously, their own losses. Rather staggering, though. Okay, there is 1 British soldier, and he just got killed. Okay, let's restart. All right, boys, here we go. We're not going to be sending the Zulus forward at all this time around, just to see if the derping AI can still manage to get a W here against the British defense. Dude, these Victorian era battles are just so cool. So unbelievably cool. Just the rolling fire, the musket fire, Born in the Fire America mod in general is by far one of my favorite mods in Men of War Assault Squad 2. Okay, so these guys actually over here charging forward this time a lot farther, and also we're getting the charges over here. But again, I'm not going to interfere this time around for the sake of experimentation, so we'll see if these guys who aren't getting suppressed over here can manage to get some kills against the Brits this time around. They got like 1 against us last time, I believe. This time around they're getting in here and they're still dying. They are getting some stabs in here, but I don't think it's enough to kill the British soldiers. Ah, they get a kill over here. Okay, they did decently. Not the greatest. How about over here? These guys are all reloading. The Zulus did get a kill over here. There we go. Now they're getting shot at, so those guys will die as well. Well done, British soldiers. And out here, we've got the troops coming forward very slowly. Right about now, last time was when we started sending in the melee units that were just kind of stalling and delayed over here. This time around, obviously, we're not going to be doing that. Oh, God. Why do we keep grenading our own soldiers? Fellas, this is not intelligent. What are we doing? Yikes. And there is friendly fire kills in Born in the Fire, unlike the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, where friendly grenades don't kill, they just knock unconscious. In this one, they do kill. They will kill, so that's brutal. All right, a little bit of a slow battle, so why don't we go ahead and time-lapse and watch and see if the Zulus do end up coming in this time. Okay, at about the 6-minute mark, we have a charge at the same area as before. So, it seems like they would have come forward no matter what over here, but over here, no one's come forward again. So I think these guys definitely did get the assist from me, but over here is still going to be a bit of a disaster. Let's watch them come in time-lapse form. Men of War is not the place to really be able to hold out Rorke's drift, I will say, but it is fun to watch the battle happen. So, actually, let's zoom in a little bit farther. I think that's more entertaining to watch a little bit closer up than a total bird's eye view here. Nice! And the Zulu Warriors managed to make another victory happen. I do think the Brits did do better last time under our command. Wait, how do I get... There we go. Yellow are dead British soldiers. Red are dead Zulu Warriors. Yeah, I do think we did do better last time around. Yeah, this type of battle doesn't work great in Men of War, but it's still so fun to do. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please be sure to hit that like button if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.